Welcome.
Bienvenue.
Benvenuti.
Bienvenidos.
Willkommen. Fáilte.
You're very welcome to the inaugural Marketing English in Ireland online workshop. We're delighted that so many of you have joined us today at such an important time for our sector. My name is Colm O'Byrne and I am the chair of MEI. My colleague David O'Grady is the CEO. We're here with you to provide a short update on the sector in Ireland at this time. Currently in Ireland, we're operating at level 5 of the government's Living with COVID plan. But thankfully, the easing of some of these restrictions began on Monday with the reopening of our primary and secondary schools in Ireland, working towards a full reopening of the schools by the 12th of April. Our own member schools are very much looking forward to learning a date for our reopening, and we will share this great news with you just as soon as we have it. Ireland is no different than most other countries around the world in that our focus has moved to vaccinating our population, beginning with the most vulnerable. The Irish government expects to have all adults in Ireland vaccinated by September, and the rollout of this has really stepped up over the past couple of weeks. While we miss the day-to-day contact with you, our partners, we have been busily working behind the scenes to ensure that our schools are better than ever when students return. MEI has been working hard with government departments to implement the most robust and safest protocols for welcoming students back to school. We've done this for our year-round schools and also for our junior and summer centres. The frustration of being closed or operating solely online is only surpassed by our desire to ensure that our sector reopens safely, and the care of our students is always our #1 priority. MEI has certainly not stood still during the crisis and has worked very hard to support our partners both here in Ireland and abroad. David will now give you an update on how MEI has evolved over the past year.
It's just 1 year now since we were directed by government authorities to close schools. In that period, which is exactly 12 months, we've been, as Colm said, very busy. We have worked very hard and we have broadened and deepened our contacts with different government ministries, government agencies, and developed friendships and developed working relationships right across the different departments. We've worked very closely together as schools, as organizations nationwide. Most excitingly, we have introduced new members. So we have 20 new members from the Organization of Independent Language Schools. And we are very happy that they are now part of a larger, more dynamic, more focused MEI. In the last year, members have been very busy. We've been upskilling, participating in training courses on marketing, on online delivery. We've launched during the year new regional ambassadors to incorporate the entire breadth and length and extent of what Ireland has to offer. Through Zoom calls like these, all our regional members are now intimately involved in the day-to-day running of the organization and of the different segments of the organization. We have monthly members meetings at which attendance rates are in excess of 85, 88%. And that's an important day each month for us to share and to give and to take from members' attitudes, views, expressions. The MEI board has expanded to include the new members who joined last month. Within MEI, we have committees, visa committee, marketing committee, quality assurance committee, an advocacy committee, and then a committee for young learners and developing junior programs for young learners. All of this has created great sort of excitement and busyness at a time when sadly we've been closed. However, there's a greater sense of camaraderie, a greater sense of being one and in working together through all of this. This is temporary. When we restart again, we will be more dynamic, more different, more exciting as a group. So we look forward to welcoming you in those days.
Thank you, David. We will move on with some questions that we've received from you in advance of the workshop. And do we think that summer schools in Ireland will be open to welcome students this summer? It's the $60 million question, and it's not one that we have the answer to. It's a little bit too early to say. I think still at this stage, if we've learned anything over the past year, we know that things can change positively and negatively very, very quickly. And in this regard, we're hoping for positive change, and we remain hopeful as summer approaches that it may be possible, but we will be guided by restrictions in Ireland and also from other countries as to whether or not students are allowed to travel.
Well, now that we're in March, the 17th of March is St. Patrick's Day, which luckily for us and for Ireland and for marketing people is a global event, which is a sort of a marketer's dream. So it's a day where worldwide different initiatives spearheaded by Tourism Ireland have what they call global greening, whereby iconic buildings around the planet are lit up in green for the event. And this year, we're very excited to have been invited by Tourism Ireland to participate with them in this global event, Global Greening, which has just started yesterday and goes on until the 18th of March, the day after St. Patrick's Day. And for this, we will be involved, our schools will be involved, our students will be involved, and we plan to involve you, our partners worldwide. We will, from tomorrow, be sending out to you packs on how you can participate in this event.
Yes, thank you, David. It is a very exciting initiative, and we're grateful to Tourism Ireland for our inclusion, and we look forward to it. And we look forward to spreading the green message, the length and breadth of our network. So just before we close and before you return to your meetings, we'd just like to thank you again for your participation. Thank you for the great numbers that have joined us today for the MEI workshop, over 140 agents and our extended network of schools as well with the expanded association. Our schools are resilient and adaptable, and we have proven this time and time again. And in particular, over the past 12 months, the challenge continues, but there is hope. The vaccination program has started, and people can begin to think about traveling abroad again. And we're all very excited about that, both professionally and personally. Teaching and working online and remotely will stay with us beyond the pandemic, but it will never replace the in-country experience. The immersion of day-to-day life in Ireland, walking down Grafton Street, Shop Street, Patrick Street, the casually dropping into a pub to listen to live music, the lifelong friendships and bonds that are formed with your students' international classmates. We miss our face-to-face meetings with you, our workshops and social occasions, exploring cities and countries that we visit. All of these will return, and we will take some positive life lessons from the past year with us as we shape the next chapter of study abroad and the student experience in Ireland. We're working towards a shared goal of a return to international student travel, and we do very much look forward to welcoming you back very, very soon. In the meantime, from me I'd say, and on behalf of the board of MEI and our member schools, stay well, stay safe, keep the faith. We will be back very, very soon. And thank you for your continued support.
Here, Kate made a Fáilte means 100,000 workers.
And we'd like to extend every single one of them to you.
Fáilte go héireann.